Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hadija Abdul Aziz and my metric number is 1914220. So today I'm going to share with you guys about COVID-19 and the safety precautions against it. So first, I'm going to tell you guys a little more about COVID-19, where it came from, how it spreads, the symptoms, and the safety precautions. In December 2019, there was a cluster of pneumonia cases in the city of Wuhan in China. And some of the cases reported are from visiting or working at a seafood or a live animal market. And then it was found that it is actually a newly discovered coronavirus and that was named COVID-19. Not long after that, it spreads throughout China and the rest of the world. And then the outbreak was announced a public health emergency by the WHO, which is the World Health Organization. Mind you that this is a newly discovered disease, so whatever that is discovered right now may change and evolve in the future. So how does this virus spread? And this virus spreads through droplets. It is not airborne. So for an example, when an infected person releases their droplets from talking, sneezing, or even coughing next to someone that is not protected, so he or she can get infected. It also spreads through surfaces. For an example, when the droplets land on a surface like a public transportation or an object, and then another person touches the object and then touches their eyes, nose, or lips, he or she can get infected too. So what are the symptoms? The incubation period, which is the time taken from the exposure to a virus and the development of symptoms, is an average of 5 to 6 days. It can also range from 10 to 14 days. And the common symptoms are fever, fatigue, and also respiratory problems like shortness of breath, coughing, and sore throat. Some may even experience loss of sense like smell and taste. And some may even develop a skin rash. For the severe cases, the symptoms are pneumonia, organ failure, and even death. So if you have any of the symptoms, I suggest you go seek immediate medical care so that they can treat you immediately, and make sure to tell your healthcare provider about your travel and contact history with some people that are unwell so that they can track down everyone. So there are two types of people, which are those who are at a low risk and those who are at a high risk, which are elderlies and also people with underlying health problems like chronic respiratory problems and heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, and also obesity. So what are the treatments? For now, there's no cure for this virus, and the patients are mainly treated with supportive care. The medicines against this virus is still under investigation and the vaccines are under development. Okay, so how do we stop the virus from spreading? So first, you have to always wear a mask whenever you go out, and make sure that it is this one right here, and make sure that the blue is on the outside and the white is on the inside, like this. And make sure to pinch down the wire right here on the bridge of your nose, and especially when you're sick. But if you're sick, I suggest you to just stay home and not go out. And you can also wear personal protective equipment, PPE, when you're at a health settings. Other than that, you have to always wash your hands with antiseptic soap for at least 20 seconds. And if water and soap are not around, you can use a hand sanitizer or an alcohol rub. We also have to avoid any close contact with everyone, so I suggest you to maintain a 1 meter distance with each other whenever you're going out. We also have to always cover our mouth and nose when we're sneezing or coughing if you're not wearing a mask. So you have to cover your nose and mouth with your elbow or a tissue. If you have a tissue and you've used the tissue, immediately throw it into a closed bin. And if you don't have any tissue, use your elbow and just cough or sneeze in like this. And as I mentioned earlier, the virus spreads through surfaces, so avoid touching any object that is open to the public with your bare hands. And for some areas like Malaysia, the government has set some policies and social distancing measures to prevent the spread of the outbreak. From an Islamic perspective, everything happens for a reason. The virus is God's creation, and the pandemic is unfolding because of God's will. And I know that whenever there is a disease, there is also a cure. We just have not found it yet. And we as humans have to make the most out of this situation by increasing our knowledge about this virus, and also cooperate with each other to go through it together. And I believe that Allah does not burden someone with something that he or she cannot take or go through. That's all for me, and thank you.